CVA's AccuraSeries, Bergara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, it's time for this week's Pictures of the Week. They're being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center and Deer Processing, but it's all about the deer processing this time of year, isn't it, Mike? Get down there. They're at 4550 Eatons Creek Road in Nashville, Tennessee. They can take care of all your processing needs, and be sure to tell them thank you for all they do for us right here at the show. All right, picture number one. We're off to a great start here. Tim Spears sent us this picture, and this is Miss Kinley Ecker. I hope I'm saying that right. It may be Eicher. This is her first deer ever. She got this past weekend, and we want to say a big congratulations, Miss Kinley. That is a great start, girl.
Good start.
And looking forward to seeing some more pictures from her. We appreciate that, Tim. All right, this is my buddy here. This is Casey Neighbors, and he got his best archery buck yet the other evening. He called me right after he shot that deer, and he was tore all to pieces. And super excited for him. It didn't take him 10 minutes to find him. Once he went back and tracked him, he backed out and waited for a while, and he called me later on. They were fixing to go in. It didn't seem like just a few minutes. He sent me a picture of him sitting with him. So congratulations, Casey. All right, and in our last picture here, this is my buddy Dallas Smith. The entire Smith family had a great juvenile weekend like they all do. You guys are going to see some more of those pictures coming up. But this is Dallas wrapping up his juvenile hunts with a bang. So he has killed some great deer already over the years. Congratulations, Dallas, and I'm sure he'll probably get another one this year too. We're looking forward to it. All right, y'all can send your pictures to us here, 474 James Robertson Parkway, or get them to me on Facebook or at the email there on the screen, and we're going to share them here on the show just as soon as we can. All right, welcome back to the studio. Now, we were out in the woods a while ago with you, Parker, and everybody's going to see a little bit more about this setup, as a matter of fact, in this coming up video, so I won't give it all away, but you are not in a tree stand. You're just sitting up in a tree, and you're in a particular type of oak tree.
It's a chinkapin oak.
It's a chinkapin, and it is one of the most attractive oak trees in all of the deer hunting world. So remember that name, and when we go into this segment, be sure to remember what these leaves look like on this tree. But let's go on over right now, guys, and check out the second segment of Parker's Hunt.
Good evening, y'all. It is Thursday, October the 7th. This is about 3:30 in the afternoon. I finally climbed into my stand. I'm gonna sit here in this oak tree, and hopefully some deer will come by this evening. Maybe I'll get some good footage, and maybe I'll get a shot on a deer finally. I know I'm getting closer and closer every time. Thank y'all for hanging with me. So I figured I'd show my setup a little bit this evening. I know I've kind of neglected to do so, but I am climbed up in a chinkapin oak. They're the trees that drop those little sweet acorns that the deer love so much. And I was watching this tree last year, and it had a good crop, and it's been steadily dropping for the past week or so. And every day I've been in it just about that I can get out here, and every morning too. That's where I've been seeing all these deer. And my bow hanging over here. If you look back down there, there's a creek, and all the deer kind of live along this creek, and they go up into the hills and stuff during the day. So back here is an overgrown hayfield. It's got a bunch of briars and stuff in it. So the deer will bed in there during the night, and even up during the day sometimes if the moon's real bright. So I'm kind of set up in a real good spot, and every morning I see the deer. They're coming out across the fence back there, and they come right along here. There's my little tripod set up. It's not the greatest, but it works. Coming right along here, eating down below me, and then they eventually meander off on up to that hill back there. There's some sort of food source I'm not really aware of. I know there's a persimmon tree up there somewhere. I would almost bet that the deer are preferring that persimmon tree over these oaks down here. That's a big red oak right there as well. The deer don't much care for it. They'll walk right on past it and eat these chinkapin acorns, from my experience. I'm gonna sit back down on my little limb over here. I've kind of just been hanging out.
I finally got one with the bow I made. I'm gonna get pictures, clean her up, and try to get her out of here. And I think I got it all on video too. That's amazing. Sitting up on a tree limb in a chinkapin tree. Timing was right, y'all. Don't ever give up and put God first. I'll see y'all. Well, y'all, I finally got a deer with the bow that I made back in school last spring. Now, I cut down the tree for this bow and I handmade it to my specifications, 45-pound draw weight, and I've practiced all summer and even last spring once it got completed, so that hopefully I will either get a deer or a turkey or both, maybe a whole lot more with it. And so this evening, I got off work a little early and I decided to pop up in this tree that the deer had been coming by. Now, sometimes they come by in the evenings, most times it's in the morning, from what I can tell. Well, this evening, one deer, as you can see on the video, came up behind me. Now, I can't shoot behind me and I can't even shoot to my right, really. But the way I was sitting at the time enabled me to shoot to my right whenever these other deer, the ones that went off in the morning time to the hill to eat something else, whenever they came back, the way I was sitting enabled me to turn around and shoot to my right. And this doe just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, my shooting wasn't the best this evening. I was shaking like a leaf, and I'm not afraid to admit it. That was the most excitement and the biggest rush I've ever felt when deer hunting. Like, they were close. And that one deer never had a clue I was there. She stayed around, and these deer didn't know I was there until it was too late. So, wow, is all I gotta say. I guess it was finally the right time. The good Lord saw fit to send these deer my way this evening, and I cannot be any more excited. So before my lights die, I gotta get her cleaned up and get back to the house and put her in the freezer this evening, so it's gonna be a long night. Thank y'all for coming along with me, and I'm glad it finally came together. Y'all have a good night.
All right, guys, time to go over and do this week's product of the week. It's being brought to you by our friends over at Caney Fork Outdoors. Y'all can find them at cfoutdoors.com, or you can get off I-40 at the Center Hill Dam exit, go down to the bottom of the hill and make a right, and you're going to find them there at the Big Rock Market. Let them take care of all your kayaking needs and get you out there on the beautiful Caney Fork River. All right, guys, well, it's that time of year now when we start to use a lot of deer scents. Like, I think as far as if you want to compare calling with scents, with covers, with all the different things, in my opinion, this time of year, deer scents is the #1 thing. I have had a lot of luck with it when it's placed in the right place. But this is a product, something that I have used a long time, and that is the wafer type hangers where I can put them up and pick them back up on my way, you know, back to the truck. And that way it just lasts a lot longer that way. But these right here from HME Products, and they are the doe estrus wafers, or biscuits as they call them, the doe estrus biscuit. And they have different ones. There's Fresh Earth, there's Buck, there's different ones. But I like to take these during the rut and hang them up on my way in, you know, depending on the way the wind's blowing. And then I can just pick them up on my way out and take them out and then use them again next time I go. So anyhow, y'all can check them out, gsmoutdoors.com, or get them at your local retailer. Get them out there this weekend. It just might help you get that big one.
And those are pretty potent.
They are pretty potent, aren't they? You can smell them through the package. We're going to take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back with some open phone lines and some more Southern Woods and Waters.